All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested, and definitely check out my Patreon link down below in the description where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And today's live stream is partnered with Mint Mobile, where you can save money on your mobile phone plan for as low as $15 a month, but more on that later. And so it's really simple. We'll go through the 3 things that I like to watch out for when buying a Tesla. And most of this should make a lot of sense, especially if you're someone that has been watching the channel a lot. If you are, please hit that like button. It goes a long way to support the live stream and the videos. But the first one is going to be simply this: timing with incentives. As we talk about a lot on this channel, depending on where you're at, the later you are at the end of the year, the better it is, at least historically, with all the different incentives that have been rolled out. And also the later in the quarter, better as well. Definition of a quarter is there's 4 quarters in a year. Right now we're in the 3rd quarter. It started in July and it ends in September. And the 4th quarter starts in October and ends in December. What Tesla has been doing pretty recently is that they throw out a bunch of different incentives throughout the middle of the quarter, but they always ramp it up at the end of the quarter. So certainly, depending on where you're at right now in your buying process, you probably see a list of all these different incentives that are out there. And this also happens on the inventory side as well, where we start to see inventory discounts or anything like that. Usually is when you start to see it at the end of the quarter or at the end of every single month. That's when you start to see more demo discounts being promoted. And also you can always go into your local Tesla store to talk to someone in person, like a salesperson, because they sometimes have access to inventory that we might not be able to see. And so the definition of a demo vehicle is it's still a brand new vehicle. It could be in test drive fleet or showroom status where it just sat in a showroom, but you are still going to be the first owner on the vehicle. And so that's why it still qualifies for a tax credit. But even then, you can still toggle this button right here, which enables and disables tax credit eligible vehicles so that you can get into a particular vehicle. And so certainly I'm predicting that Q4, that's when the best incentives are going to roll out. And that's going to be just in a couple of months. So if you do not need a vehicle at the moment, I would say wait it out. We're kind of in the process of maybe putting some feelers to sell our Model X to try and wait and see when the best deal rolls out at the end of or around Q4, which is going to be November or December, to see if we can get a great deal on maybe a Model 3 Performance, because that would be super nice to get into one. The second one is, should you order or should you take a look at inventory? A lot of people kind of get confused on what's the process here. And so yes, you could go to the Model 3 builder page and you could try and spec one of these out if you want to, but that's not really how you're going to get the best deal. Unless you're someone that's really particular, you want this exact color with this exact build and all the different things, because the best way to get a discount on a vehicle, well, you can't even get a discount if you were to order it like this, but you have to go into inventory and you kind of have to stock inventory a lot. Like a couple of these vehicles, as we see on the screen, both of these have about a $1,000 discount. And if you were to switch it to like long range, we can see that there's this one right here, which has been sitting for a little bit. I'm actually kind of confused how it is still available, but it is a blue Tesla Model Y demo vehicle, long range all-wheel drive with only 25 miles on it, and it has a $2,000 discount, and it also qualifies for the tax credit. So your price after the $7,500 federal tax credit is $40,490. So this is usually the best way to try and get a discount, and actually the only way to get a discount. Now, don't worry if you've already ordered a vehicle, whether it's a Model 3, Y, S, or even X, you can ask your Tesla advisor to switch your order into one of the inventory status vehicles, especially if you see one that has a fantastic discount and you want to take delivery ASAP. Certainly that's what they want to see. They want to see people take delivery delivery as soon as possible, especially if it's near the end of the month or even end of the quarter. So that's something to be aware about if you are looking to get or go down that route or something with that effect. And so the last tip to something to be aware about is credit and or interest. Okay, so first, a lot of people kind of ask me like, hey, I'm going to use a credit union or I'm going to use a different bank or something like that. What do I do on this screen? Because they only give you three options, right? Cash, lease, or even finance. Leasing is going to be through Tesla Financial Services or a partner bank. And the same thing with finance. It's run through Tesla Financial Services, but it's actually partnered with like a bank like US Bank, Bank of America, or one of these other things. So really the best thing to do at this point, if you're going to be using a credit union to try and get a lower rate, which not necessarily possible on a Model 3 or Model Y at this moment, but of course I can see it with like a Model S or Model X, then you would really just put a deposit down and just click finance. And then the big thing here is this, like even though there's 1.99 for Tesla at the moment, do not fill out a Tesla financial credit application until you're within 30 days of delivery. The reason why is because most application approvals only last 30 days. So I would hate for you to reapply again if you're so far out. Like let's say you order the vehicle right now, this Model 3 Performance, and your estimated delivery date or EDD is going to be like September 30th, which is over 30 days. Tesla is going to ask you to do an application again, which is going to be another credit inquiry on your credit report. And so you definitely do not want to run into that, because that's just going to be more credit inquiries for no reason when you can just wait it out until you get a VIN, which is going to be an estimated delivery date within 1 to 2 weeks. And so certainly I know Tesla, after you place your $250 deposit on this screen, they're going to ask for everything, including an application. The only thing you need to fill out is your name, address, and maybe an identification ID so you can upload it to them so that they are kind of know where you're at. But do not do any of the application. You can wait it out until you get a VIN, which then shows you that you're going to take delivery in the next couple of weeks. And so certainly that's my one tip regarding that. And of course, Tesla interest rates are fantastic right now at 1.99 for the Model 3 or the Model Y. Certainly there's other routes with going through credit unions, but if you're looking for the lowest monthly payment for financing your Tesla, that's where channel sponsors like Tenet come into play. Tenet is an approved Tesla financing partner and can get you the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla and any EV. So if you're interested in seeing what their offer is, definitely hit the link down below in the description and hit the apply button in the top right for a no obligation soft credit inquiry check. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. So hopefully that made a bunch of sense to you and that makes it easy for you. The top 3 things that I'm looking for when I'm looking for a deal, and my top high-level tips what to look out for when you're buying a Tesla brand new. I'm thinking about doing some videos where we talk about like, start to finish. If I were to buy a Model 3, what would I do? And also like start to finish what I would do with a Model Y. And so that might be a good idea, but let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting.